I'm Matt McBane. I'm the director of the Carlsbad Music Festival, in addition to being a composer and violinist. So the Carlsbad Music Festival, this is going to be the 9th year this year. The festival is happening September 21st through 23rd. And so I started it basically a year out of college. I went to college in LA, and I was living in LA at the time I started it. And Carlsbad is my hometown, and also Ben Jacobson of the Calder Quartet is from Carlsbad as well. So I had the idea of putting together a few concerts, and I went to the city arts office in Carlsbad, and with Ben and his brother, who's a cellist, and some other musicians that were from Carlsbad originally too. So that was kind of like the first year impetus, and then so I went with the idea, and they said, oh, apply for a grant. Maybe let's call it the Carlsbad Music Festival. And we did that and applied for a grant, and they gave us twice as much as we asked for. Still wasn't a lot of money. I mean, it was a lot for me then, but it's on a very small budget that first year. And then it's grown every year since, and it's, it really is a community event. It's very oriented towards the community of Carlsbad, which is a suburban beach town in north of San Diego. And so we use local musicians, and there's some famous musicians that live in Carlsbad or are from Carlsbad, and we have had them or are having them this year. And like Wu Mon, the pipa player, is living in Carlsbad. Sarah Watkins of Nickel Creek she grew up in Carlsbad, living there. Ben Jacobson and the Calder Quartet are going to be there again, as they are every year. And so there's this balance of community, like being a community event, but then also being like really progressive in our programming, and trying to championing the work of young composers, and and finding kind of the most cutting edge, most interesting thing we could find, and putting it on. This year, I'm really excited. We're doing the West Coast premiere of Michael Gordon's Timber, and I just think that's a really fantastic piece. I finally this summer heard it performed in full for the first time at Mass Mocha, and it was super fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. One of the things that we're doing this year is we're doing one big, large-scale outdoor concert where we expect to have about 1,000 people there or something in a park. And so depending on how that goes, that might be a direction that maybe we'll do more than one of those next year. And then also one of the things I'm really excited about is the Calder Quartet recently had a Kickstarter campaign to record 10 of the pieces the festival has commissioned for them, and then also 2 other pieces they've premiered, and those are all by young composers, and that's really exciting for me, because we do this composers competition each year, and that's been a way that for us the Calders and myself to discover new composers, many who I've gone on to become friends with, but became acquainted with their music through this, and so we've commissioned at least one work each year for string quartet from a young composer, and so there's this whole body of work, and the Calders have been playing that. They tour with it, and they've played it all over the world, and that's really great. And then now they're kind of taking the next step, which is they're gonna record all this music. So that's, for me, that feels like really like a completion of this journey that starts with us listening to all the applications, and then finding the person that really speaks to the really. We're really looking for something that really speaks to the quartet, because then they'll go on and champion it, and they'll play it as much as possible. So now recording those works is, you know, kind of a fulfillment of that, you know, that thing that starts with the composers competition. There's kind of like this historic downtown of Carlsbad. It's not much of a downtown, it's a village by the sea kind of thing, but it's the historic area. It's actually very walkable, and so it's like, you know, Southern California is not known for being really walkable, but, you know, having this place that's, you know, that actually is that, and then encouraging people to just leave their cars and just, you know, and just walk to all these venues throughout the time, all day, and using the programming and the music to get people to rethink the public spaces of Carlsbad, and just to, you know, point towards, you know, what could be, you know, maybe a more sustainable, walkable kind of lifestyle. You know, if just for a weekend you could get people to envision that those kinds of changes, like those kinds of activities, can, you know, change perspectives over time. You know, and not just one, but, you know, if we're doing that, and, you know, other organizations are doing different things, and just getting people to reimagine their public spaces, and you know, it could help reinvigorate, you know, an area, or yeah, just change people's relationship to it. So, I am Matt McBane, and both myself and the entire Carlsbad Music Festival cares if you listen.